So the whole purpose of God pronouncing judgment, He doesn't want to bring the judgment. God really does not want to bring the judgment. But He wants to let you know it's going to come if you don't turn from your evil ways. Then Jeremiah, so what does he do? He calls Baruch, the son of Neriah, and Baruch wrote on a scroll of a book, at the instruction of Jeremiah, all the words of the Lord He had spoken to him. All right? So now, look what Jeremiah commands Baruch to do in verse 5 through 8 of chapter 36. Jeremiah commanded Baruch, saying, look, I'm confined. I cannot go into the house of the Lord. I want you to go and read from the scroll, which you have written at my instruction, the words of the Lord, in the hearing of the people in the Lord's house on the day of fasting. And you shall also read them in the hearing of all Judah who come from their cities. It may be that they will present their supplication before the Lord, and everyone will turn from his evil way. For great is the anger and the fury that the Lord has pronounced against this people. And so it says, Baruch, the son of Neriah, did according to all that Jeremiah the prophet commanded him, reading from the book the words of the Lord in the Lord's house. So he goes to the temple. He's in the Lord's house, and he's reading these things. Now, what's Jeremiah's scribe's name? Okay, I'm going to show you something that's really kind of cool. Let's go to PowerPoint. This here is called a bulla. And what you have here, here's a sample of one. If you were to write something down on parchment, they would have these, and this indentation is from the string. It's like a clay seal. They would tie a string around the note. They would put this clay seal on it and press it down into the string. So if someone were to read it and they weren't supposed to read it, everyone would know. This is called a seal. Okay? If more than one is a bulle. Bulla, singular, bulle, plural. Well, guess what? It just so happens they found a bulla with Baruch's name on it. Okay, and it's in the Paleo-Hebrew type. And here's what it says on each line. I'm going to put a different PowerPoint up here. Belonging to Baruch Yah, blessed of God, son of Neriah, the scribe. Okay, now, listen to this. I have here Jeremiah's scribe Baruch, who plays a part in 4 biblical episodes, apparently owned this seal that made the impression in this bulla, a lump of clay bearing a seal impression, which was affixed to the knot of a string used to bind scrolls, thus ensuring that no unauthorized person could open the document undetected. I read what the 3 lines mean. Now here, it says Baruch means blessed, and the suffix Yahu, okay, you see that at the end of his name. When it's a suffix, it says, was dropped in the biblical spelling. That was his real name, but they just cut it short, okay? And it says here, in other names, the suffix is usually spelled I-A-H rather than, like Y-A-H, Yah, because they don't want to have God's name spelled, and so they changed it to I-A-H. So Neriyahu becomes Neriah. Okay, same thing. Well, it so happens this script is consistent with what was used in Baruch's time, the end of the 7th and beginning of the 6th centuries BC. The genealogy matches what the Bible says. And all of these bullae that they found were baked hard, as they would be if they were caught in the fiery destruction of Jerusalem in 586 BC. Now, there's another one that's found. I'm going to show you when I get to the next chapter of some key people in the Bible. But I just wanted to focus on this one right now, that they're actually find these bullae that have different names on it. But this one matches totally exactly what we just read in the Bible. So historically, we know these things happened. So now what